Good evening, San Diego. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, and thank you for tuning in for your CBS 8 Plus weather update. Well, it was quite a different story right along the coast compared to the rest of the county today. Even metro cities, you saw some stubborn clouds. Those clouds stuck around throughout much of the day. We were hoping to see a little bit more of a break in the afternoon hours, but it was just really stubborn. Now, we are still looking at cloud cover as we go into tonight through tomorrow morning as well, and the clouds become a little bit more saturated as we have that marine layer on repeat. But inland, it was nothing but sunshine for today, and that's exactly what you're seeing as you're gearing up for your sunset tonight. This is a view from Otay Mountain looking west, and you have that sunset tonight at 7:58. So it's going to be in that range at least as we go through the rest of the week. Now, as mentioned, we have the clouds that are already there along the coast, but now we're also talking about extending a little bit more inland, and the potential is there to see some patchy drizzle with a little bit more saturation in our atmosphere. So that would be tonight through tomorrow morning, a repeat performance that would be tomorrow night through Wednesday morning. So offering up a chance for patchy drizzle out there, not really talking about measurable rainfall by any chance, but if you see some accumulations on cars or on the road, that's where it's coming from. You also have a slip in temperatures expected for Wednesday. Daytime highs are going to go below seasonal. That big gap is going to be across the inland valleys with roughly 8 to 12 degrees with a drop below average when it comes to our daytime highs by Wednesday, and then those 80s return as we go into the rest of the week. But for the rest of the week, starting on Thursday, we're talking about monsoonal moisture back in the forecast. That influx of moisture will have the humidity values increasing across the entire county, but when it comes to a chance for some wet weather, that looks to be more favorable for the mountains, bringing in a chance for some spotty showers as well as thunderstorms, and that would be on repeat from Thursday all the way through Saturday for the mountains. So we'll get to those details coming up. First, let's take a look at those overnight lows. Widespread 60 still in the forecast with a cloud cover that will be hanging around. 62 degrees for Escondido, the same for Miramar, 64 degrees for downtown and for Chula Vista. When you look at your daytime highs for tomorrow, you're locked into the low 70s right there along the coast, North County coastline. 71 degrees for downtown, widespread 80s across the inland valleys. This is putting us in that range of what's typical for this time of the year and even falling short. So typical close to about 89 degrees. You're looking at most of those daytime highs in the 80s, but you're looking at the low 80s for El Cajon as well as for Escondido. 88 degrees expected for Campo, 79 degrees tomorrow for Alpine, and 107 for Borrego Springs. Definitely a toasty temperature, but that is actually close to seasonal for this time of the year for the desert. Your surf forecast about 2 to 4 feet and a moderate risk of rip currents at our local beaches. So the reason that we still had the warm temperatures, all that sunshine today, well, that's because we still had high pressure that was around. We had that move in over the weekend, feeling some warmth out there, especially across inland areas. Then our focus is going to be on this area of low pressure. This area of low pressure drifts a little bit more towards the north. As that happens, it brings in that instability in our atmosphere. So not just talking about the uptick in humidity, and that's going to be by Thursday all the way through Sunday, but also the chances I mentioned earlier for wet weather. That's going to favor the mountains. Higher values, so better chances of seeing any showers and thunderstorms for the mountains of Southern California would be for Riverside County as well as San Bernardino County mountains, and mainly on Friday. But locally, we are looking at a chance we could see some spotty showers as well as some isolated thunderstorms in our local mountains, and that would be mainly on Friday. So chances about 15 to 20%, so fairly low on Thursday, same for Sunday, and then those higher chances just by a little bit. You're talking about 20 to 30%, and that would be on Friday. So that's why Friday looks to be the more favorable day, but you're still not talking about anything that's really high and significant when it does come to chances. But we could also see some of those stronger cells developing. As a result, that would bring in the possibility of some lightning, heavy rainfall, and also some gusty winds with some of those cells. So we will be monitoring this situation as we go into Friday, and then everything looks to dry out by the weekend. You have the low 70s for daytime highs for the coast all the way into next week. You have the low 80s tomorrow for the inland valleys, and you also saw some of those mid 80s as well. More widespread with some upper 70s by Wednesday. You're back into those 80s starting on Thursday. You have the lightning markers for the mountains on Thursday. You're seeing that all the way through Saturday, so that's reflective of the afternoon and early evening hours. Once we get past our sunset, we lose the heating of the day. Those cumulus clouds are going to flatten out, so our chances will be going down. You see drier conditions, that would be by Sunday, and then also looking at the desert. 107 degrees for tomorrow, a slip to 102. That's by Thursday, staying in that range for Friday as well, and then temperatures going right back to near seasonal over the weekend and into the start of next week. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.